What's up, everybody? This is Austin with the Art of War Made Easy. Back again. I touched on a few things, the three ways that all strategy is parallel. I talked on the three ways to achieve your aim, and I think even further back, I talked about the three aims. Okay. Today, I want to put them all together, right? You need to know whatever you're doing. The principles are the same. You have three aims, right? Your three aims should be one, invincibility, which means no one can attack you, right? I don't mean a fist fight because that's not how we're using it. Somebody attacks you like maybe they think they know something better than you. Like a mechanic thinks he knows something more better than you, and he's trying to say, "Hey, no, you're not doing that right." And you say, "Yes, I am, because I'm going this way," and you showing you know more than them. So now like, you're invincible in that way, right? And you can't be invincible with everybody. You can't be better than everybody. And the book is about understanding where you fit in, who's better than you and who's not. So you know where you stand when you know when to attack, so to speak, or let somebody know that they're wrong because you know more about it than them. So invincibility, unassailable strength. That's what all these things, they're connected. Unassailable strength means like if we're talking about mechanics still, I know more about it than you. I have unassailable strength. I have more knowledge than you about that. So I have unassailable strength. And that's what helps give me invincibility. And that's what leads to the third aim, which is victory without battle, right? If we got to go back and forth and prove who's better, and it's back and forth and it's hard to tell who knows more, then that's a battle. Even if I win, right? Because if I was good enough, I should have been like, "Hey, man, no, you're wrong, like blah blah blah, and it's this and that." So there it is, man. Victory without battle. You crush your opponent. A victorious army compared to a defeated army is like a pound compared to a gram. That's what Master Sun says. So those are the three aims, right? And how do you achieve them? By your understanding of the physics, the politics, and the psychology, which also begins with a P. So I say sometimes by the three P's, right? Politics meaning what's the power structure, who's the leader, who has the more power, who tells everybody what to do. It's the person on top. If you below that person, you're not supposed to fight up. Those who are stubborn become captive, right? So politics involves the power structure, and a lot of that is common sense, right? Then you got the psychology, like some people just think different, right? Men and women think different, right? Sometimes different cultures think different. So that's something you need to be aware of. And then also within just between thinking different, also what's their level of goodness? All right, so we think different about justice. Some people think different about, but still we might have agree on our level of goodness. Even though we disagree, our level of goodness might be the same, right? One person might believe it's okay to shoot somebody if they just get mad, and another person believes no, that's not justification for doing that, right? So those are kind of like different levels of goodness. You decide for yourself because it's not written in stone, right? Everybody's idea of the truth is different, right? So like the Art of War says, you have to combine your own values with the social values of the larger group of society, right? And unless society is totally wrong about something, you should be somewhere in the ballpark with them. You shouldn't kill, whether or not, abortion and stuff like that, that's up to you. That's more of a preference. But there's general levels of goodness about main things like killing and stealing and stuff like that most people agree on, right? So we had the physics is next, because the politics, the physics means what's the distance. Physics just means distance. What's the distance, in this thing that you're dealing with, the problem? How far is this problem that you're thinking about or considering? Are we dealing with this right now? Is it in the future? So that's the physics of conflict. All right. So we got the politics, the physics, and the psychology is the type of thoughts, right? And so the way that these are parallel, like if you want to compare your skills as a mechanic to somebody as a doctor and see how strategy is parallel between these two things, all right, the less needed the better, right? This one mechanic needs to bring in all this equipment and hook up on your car in order to do this one thing, but the guy be like, "Hey man, it's just right here, use this little wrench and bam." So you didn't have to do all that. Less needed the better. And the next one is strategy in dealing with disharmony, right? Which is what all this is, right? But like you have two doctors, and one doctor, his strategy might be, "Hey man, I want to do surgery, and I gotta do prescribe all these prescription drugs, and then I need physical therapy." And the other doctor says, "Hey man, if you just hit this nerve right here, then that's you're all done. So that's less needed to better, but it also shows their strategy in dealing with disharmony, right? Both a doctor deals with disharmony, he uses a strategy, he or she, and then a mechanic also uses a strategy to deal with disharmony. And anybody, a student, a plumber, an electrician, a fireman, policeman, a soldier, any job in the world, any activity in the world, and we all activity is an action, right? And so that's you use it for that too, right? And so I kind of summed up how they all three go together, because there's no need in learning, the art of war if you don't understand your aim and how it's all tied together, right? And level of goodness, as you will see, plays a big part. Being virtuous, not attacking a blameless country, right? It's all throughout the book, right? Pleasure and displeasure should not be arbitrary. You shouldn't go along with those who are wrong, mastering the art of war, just because it brings you pleasure. And I'll talk more about that too. All right, I'm Austin with the Art of War Made Easy. Stick around. I have more. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you can get videos as soon as possible. Tomorrow I'll put up another visual kind of video. Today I wanted to do a talk video, but I will release another one of those tomorrow. See you soon. All right.